If you had a chance, would you use a horse tranquilizer to improve your mood? Ketamine is known as a horse tranquilizer that is used as medicine for animals as anesthesia. So, it is also known as a drug that has many benefits, especially lessening one's depression and/or anxiety. It is also used to help with PTSD, but that's another topic. I don't have the time to discuss that. So anyway, ketamine came into existence in the 1900s, but it became more known in the 1960s when scientists found that ketamine is a drug that would help ease pain, like surgery or anything that involved pain. So in the 1970s, a clinical trial was performed to see if ketamine was an effective analgesia, meaning that it helped relieve pain. And they found that it did. So after it got improved, they used it in war fields to help a soldier to relieve their pain. So after that, ketamine became a class 3 substance because of its addictive properties, but it is still being researched today to see the effects and the benefits of it being a drug. So scientists have learned that ketamine can be used to treat mental health issues, especially treatment-resistant depression, meaning that the person has severe depression and nothing can solve it. So ketamine is used as a last resort to help decrease depression. So, with that said, people do need quicker solution with ketamine, and antidepressant can take months, weeks, it can take a while. So ketamine is a quick solution for that. So with that said, I will discuss how ketamine infusion nasal spray perform faster than antidepressants, as well as the benefits and how effective they are to mental health. And I'll discuss the processes behind the nasal spray and infusion. So I'm compiling this speech using resources from experts and researchers, and I'm going to talk about studies, I'm going to include pictures somewhere. So for most patients, ketamine infusion nasal spray can dramatically improve their mental health as well as decrease sadness and anxiety. So I'm going to include a picture of a spray and infusion so you can have an idea of what I'm talking about. So for infusion, according to Dr. Jake Hollingsworth, it is so important to be monitored by a doctor or some expert to make sure that addiction does not arise because, like I said, it is very addicting. So there are two types of infusions, nasal spray and infusion. But I'm going to talk about the IV infusion because that's the most popular choice among people. So the ketamine goes directly into the patient's bloodstream by the IV, as you can see in the picture. And this is commonly used for anesthetic or for a patient with treatment-resistant depression. So with this treatment, ketamine takes effect quickly, like it works really fast. And there are normally 6 sessions. I mean, you could go for 1 time or 3 times, doesn't matter. But there are 6 sessions. And so after the 6th session, if you feel like you're feeling down again or something, you get a booster shot to help improve your mood. So the other option is the nasal spray is effective, but not as effective as the infusion. Also, there's not a lot of studies done on the nasal spray. There is still a gray area for that. But infusions have more studies. There's more benefits. So, however, with that said, both options still work. They both help reduce suicidal ideations and thoughts as well as relieving depressive symptoms. So, according to a study by a clinical researcher, quote, ketamine helps increase the number of receptors to allow more serotonin, which is a hormone that makes you feel happy, and dopamine, which is a feel-good hormone. So ketamine helps those hormones to be released more efficiently in a faster manner, reducing symptoms of depression, which is why it works so fast. So overall, ketamine is the most effective for people who are running out of options with their mental health and they need a quick solution. So now I have discussed the 2 types of ketamine treatment and how they work, as well as how they improve your mood. So now I'm going to go in detail about how ketamine infusion nasal spray work faster than antidepressant, and that's how that's helpful for people who need quick solution. So according to Dr. Crystal from Yale University, he did a study and he found that 70% of the people in the study, their mood improved with the nasal spray, unlike the other more than half of the other people who did not feel anything with the placebo effect, meaning that they did not get any medication. The doctor stated that most medications leave the body system, resulting in the problem coming back. So like when the medication leaves your system, you feel sad, anxious. However, with ketamine, the body reacts to it rather than the symptoms leaving the body. So that meaning that the brain connectors are regrowing, which is why it's so effective and works quicker than other medications. So in other words, the body reacts to ketamine, which is why it works more fast and it doesn't really leave your system like quickly after antidepressants. So, and another study found that neurotransmitters called glutamate and GABA, GABA, those are two neurotransmitters. They have an effect on brain activity, especially your mood. So intense stress can trigger glutamate signaling in the brain, meaning that people can get into deep depression caused by all this stress. So with that said, antidepressants do not target these neurotransmitters, glutamate and GABA, GABA. Which is why they take so long to work for some people, and it can take months, weeks to work. On the other hand, ketamine triggers glutamate production. So they focus on their neurotransmitter, ketamine does. And when that happened, the brain formed new neural connection. It developed more positive thoughts for the person. So ketamine targets those neurotransmitters, unlike antidepressants. So ketamine works in a quicker manner because it targets neurotransmitters responsible for most of a negative mood, rather than antidepressants, which target serotonin that accounts for less than 20% of the neurotransmitter in the brain. So you actually don't have a lot of the feel-good hormone in the brain. You have more of the negative hormone. So that's why ketamine works so well, because it focuses on the negative hormones. So researchers at Yale have also discovered that more than half of patients feel better and do not face symptoms of severe depression after 24 hours of a first infusion, or after the first 2-3 infusion. And these are the same people that did not feel anything with antidepressants. So I'm going to show a chart, and I'm going to include it right here. So the red line means that those are the people who did not respond. The blue line means the people who have responded, and you can see it goes down, meaning that their depressive symptoms are going away. And the third picture, you can see the line with the third one means that's how fast people respond. So, with that said, ketamine gives fast solutions as well as benefits to a person's mood. But it's important to note that you do need therapy and other sources to feel better. You cannot just rely on ketamine infusion. So with that said, I have shown that ketamine infusion nasal spray is one way to quickly improve your mental health, as well as the effect of the drugs and how they work the process. I can testify to the quick effectiveness of infusion because I have taken infusion before to help with my depression, and it has helped me and many others. So the infusion is my last resort because I struggle with my mental health and I need a solution fast. So my mood improved so much after the first 3 infusions, like the chart show. And I want to work on getting better. So I got a therapist, and because it's hard to know that you want help when you're severely depressed. So with that said, mental health can be a toll on one individual. So it's important to assess different ways to help improve your mental health. And ketamine infusions are one way to consider for quick nature and beneficial effects on your mood.